Hi everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you are watching the replay, I just appreciate you guys checking this out. So I have been asked quite a few times to see if I can break down a Young Living starter kit in about 20 minutes. And so that is my goal as you are watching this video. So my goal is to just help you understand why essential oils, what's the big whoop, why is everybody into all this oily stuff, and what exactly does it mean? And I'm hoping that in this 20 minutes, I can answer a lot of the common questions that people have on essential oils. So let me break it down for you. Just to get started, just so you know, I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose, cure, or treat you, okay? However, I have been using essential oils for many years now, and I've actually been down the natural wellness train for probably about I think 10 years or longer. So this has definitely been a journey. Some people like to say it's a journey onto the whole, granola lifestyle, right? So anyway, I am super stoked to have the opportunity to share this with you because for me, honestly, I genuinely really struggled with a lot of different health issues going throughout my life. And it's one of my greatest joys in life is to kind of have that redemption factor, right? Like we all go through garbage in our life. We all have horrible things happen to us. And what better way to suffer through something than to be able to share your victory once you come through it in the end, right? Because doesn't it stink to go through something awful, learn something from it, and then have nobody to kind of help when they go through it, right? And so I feel like this journey down natural wellness and essential oils and being healthy and stuff like that and trying to get rid of toxic things that we are learning more and more every day are slowly killing us. It's really nice to be able to help other people and to get answers too, like being on the receiving end of it, to be like, oh wow, so that's what works. Oh, that makes sense. I get it now, right? And so anyway, for me, I started this with essential oils. I started with Young Living 5 years ago. So it's 2015, actually right about this time. It was in February of 2015 is when I first started with Young Living. And back then I was trying to be healthy. I had already learned about, I had C. diff, which is a kind of like a staph infection or MRSA. And so I'd already gone through that and learned about the importance of probiotics. I had gone through mastitis 3 times, and a girlfriend of mine sent me some samples of oils to try to help me break through and get some health and healing in my milk ducts. And so anyhow, I went to a class, much like what I'm about to share with you tonight, and I learned so much stuff, and I realized, wow, there are natural ways that I can help my body. And that was huge to me because I already learned my lesson, not that antibiotics are the devil or anything crazy like that, because that's totally not who I am. I am not a throw the baby out with the bathwater. However, I will say this, in my lifetime of having had tonsillitis multiple times, having had sinus infections chronically because of a deviated septum that God actually did miraculously heal and straighten, and then just everything else that I've had in my life, from pneumonia, bronchitis, all kinds of stuff. I even had a tonsillectomy, So I've been through a lot of stuff and had a lot of medical things go on in my life that I had taken so many antibiotics. I had completely crushed my entire immune system to the point that I had gotten C. diff. So I knew that there's got to be some way that I can take care of my health and wellness before it gets so bad that I need to take antibiotics, and so for me that was a huge passion. And so when I found out that there are a lot of amazing properties in essential oils and all these people keep talking about them and they were starting to become a popular word, I was like, I gotta look into this and find out more. And so in walked Young Living and actually another company, and I ended up choosing Young Living because I absolutely adored Seed to Seal. I absolutely adored what Seed to Seal is, which means that you can actually go out to the farm. You can actually visit the farm. They are so transparent of a company that Young Living actually does everything right out in the open. When you go visit the farm, you can walk through the whole entire process of distillation to the bottling. You can go visit the distribution center. You can see where they actually bottle all the essential oils and see the huge drums of essential oils. And I knew then that although I didn't have the money, one day I would want to travel and see these farms and to see what the process was like. And no other essential oil company offers this. Still, even 5 years later, no other company offers for you to come be a part of the process. Like now Young Living's gotten to the point where we're like, hey, we created a passport so you can actually have your passport stamped at all the different farms. Like that's real and legit and something that just speaks volumes to how honest and open the company was and still is. And so anyway, that was why I actually chose Young Living. And that's how I got started. And it's just been such an amazing journey to see my husband go from having horrible headaches that every time I cleaned, he couldn't come in the house. He had to wait, and sometimes he'd get off work and I'd be like, babe, I'm so sorry. It took me longer to clean the house. And he'd have to, and I got all the windows open. I'm trying to air it out. And so he would just have to like drive around for an hour because nothing was open because we lived in West Virginia and not a lot of things were open late. And so he couldn't come home. And like, it's rough when your husband can't come home because you're cleaning your house, you know? And I was even using things like Method, or other cleaners that just, you know, were supposed to be natural, but they were still giving him migraine headaches. And I'm like, I don't get this. Why isn't it working? And so anyhow, it's just really exciting that now, like I literally cleaned, this is so funny. I have 4 kids. Okay. So this is like flash forward. That was like, you know, pre-children. But now we have 4 kids and I literally cleaned the house at I was cleaning our master bathroom at 1:15 a.m. because I'm crazy and I had to wait for his shirts to come out of the dryer so I could hang them up because they're his work shirts and I don't iron. I don't know about you, but I don't iron. I just pull it from the dryer and I hang it up. I'm okay with staying up till 1:30 and hanging up a shirt. I'm so crazy. And so anyhow, I waited till then and I thought, well, I have to stay up and wait for this stupid dryer. I'll just go ahead and clean the bathroom. So I did. I cleaned the bathroom and he never woke up. He didn't even know I cleaned the bathroom. In the morning, I'm like, did I wake you at all? He's like, for what? I'm like, I cleaned the bathroom. And he's like, no. I'm like, did you smell anything? He's like, no. I mean, I'm telling you guys, he would have had a migraine if this would have been years ago. So it's just really such a huge testament to how much our lives have changed and how amazing it is to get to help other people achieve those same kind of results, you know, where your kids can lick a window after you just finished cleaning it and you know that you've just supported their immune system and that they didn't lick some kind of toxic chemical that could, you know, do God knows what to their little tiny bodies. And so anyhow, it's been a real privilege to get to go down this road and to get to share that with you. So anyhow, let's just kind of talk about some of the biggest taboo things that tend to come up when it comes to essential oils. The first thing is safety. A lot of people are very concerned. You hear, you know, people say like things like, oh, you shouldn't be putting any essential oils in your body. And that's absolutely true. You definitely don't want to put any essential oils in your body, like drinking them and eating them if you can't trust the vendor, okay? Cool thing about Young Living is we actually have an entire line of essential oils that are vitality oils that are actually designated for internal use. All of our vitality oils are they can be used in your drink. I've got orange essential oil in all my water right now because that's just what I'm rolling with. And you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can use it. My son, who just popped on here, he actually loves putting thieves in his tea, and his mom has been doing that with her chai tea lately. You're welcome, kiddo. Thank you so much. And honestly, when he lived at home, he's in college now, he used to make so many fun drinks, mixing up all these different essential oils. He even got this Club Red kit that had like all these great recipes, and he'd be like, here you go, Mom, it's cleaning day, I made you a cool drink. And I miss those days because it was really nice to have somebody just hand you a yummy, delicious drink that would completely give you energy and revitalize you. But anyhow, so it is important to know your vendor, and that's the most important thing that I'll say when it comes to using oils, especially internally. And so a lot of the knowledge, though, as far as where you can use essential oils and how to use essential oils comes from aromatherapy schools, right? We all have heard of aromatherapy. That's just a common buzzword. So there are 3 different schools for aromatherapy. You have the German school of aromatherapy, which they believe in the inhalation and the aromatic essence of essential oils, okay? So that's why we have like diffusers, like this little guy, okay? And I've got one going over here. It's an Aria. And so it actually will take and atomize and take those molecules of the essential oil and make them small enough for them to be breathed in, okay? Other ways that we can use oils aromatically is through wearing jewelry. So I've got on right here a necklace that has lava stones on them, so I can put all my oils right on these stones, and then I'm breathing in that aromatherapy. And then another way we can use essential oils is like the British model of aromatherapy, okay? Pardon me. The British model of aromatherapy talks about putting oils on topically, okay? The ways you can put oils on topically is you can put what they call a roller fitment. That's this little stainless steel roller ball on there. And you can take it and you can roll it on. The oil is blue. Funny enough, it's made from a yellow flower. It's not a blue flower. But anyhow, you can put that oil on. You can smell it and get the aromatic, but it's going in topically. So within 26 seconds, this oil is in my bloodstream and it's helping me on a cellular level, which I think is just one of the coolest, fun, science, nerdy facts that you can possibly have. And so that is the British model of aromatherapy, right? So the French model of aromatherapy is where we talk about using oils for dietary purposes. So there are a lot of powerful things that essential oils can do for your digestive system and for your whole body by using them internally. But again, I'm only going to say that when it comes to our Young Living Vitality oils that are specifically designated for internal use. Okay, so amazing ways that you can use essential oils. What exactly are they? I think that's probably most people's questions. Like, you know, olive oil is made from olives. Essential oils are made from what? They're made from the essence of the plant. So what we do is we take things like a lavender bush and the flowers and everything, and we'll put it into a steam cooker. So it's like stainless steel. It's really beautiful. Tons and tons of lavender, okay, put inside here, pressed down nicely. And then a lid is placed on top of it. And this steam, it's steamed and heated up, okay? But here's the important thing. When you're heating it up, you want to give it that lowest possible amount of heat, but just enough heat to get the oil to come out of the plant and become into like a gas form because it's heated up, right? That steam rises, it goes into a condenser and cools back down into liquid form, back to our science class, right? And then that liquid form is separated and we have our water and our oil, and that oil is separated off the top. We go ahead and take off all the cellulose and all the stuff that's plant matter out of there that still comes through the process of distillation, and now you have this beautiful bottle of essential oil. What I love about Young Living is we actually will test that bottle as soon as it's distilled. And if that oil, we test that oil as soon as it's distilled, and as soon as it's done, we test it if it hits all the markers or pretty close to all the markers. Usually I think it's like if it's 8 markers, we think we keep it around like 7 or 8. If it passes, then we go ahead and send it off to the bottling facility, and then it's tested when it arrives in this great big massive 150-gallon drum. When it arrives, we test it again at the bottling facility. If it's still performing the way it's supposed to, then we go ahead and either mix it with whatever blend it's going to get mixed with, or we go ahead and bottle it. And then after we bottle it, we don't ship it to you. We test it again because we care that much about the essential oil doing what it's supposed to do and performing at its absolute best. And I think that's one of the coolest things about Young Living as well, and that Seed to Seal promise is that we are checking it all along the way to make sure that you're getting a safe product, because we are saying things like, you can use this as a dietary oil. You can use this oil on your tiny humans. You can use this oil on your family, on your skin, and you can be breathing it in safely. And so in order to say those things, we really want to make sure that we're sending you the absolute very best. And so again, some things I love about buying quality, right? And I think honestly, when we're putting it on our skin, on our tiny humans, you know, those are, you know, all kinds of places, right? We want to make sure that we're using good stuff. I mean, anyway, to each his own, no judgy. So anyhow, one thing that I want to say too is safety reasons. Like when we talk about where to put the essential oils, you don't ever want to put your oils 2 places, okay? Never ever put your oils in your eyes, okay? Oh, I've done it before. It hurts. You're not going to die. You're just going to maybe cry a little. And the other place that you never ever want to put essential oils is inside your ears, okay? Don't get me wrong, I put plenty of oils behind my ears, just did that last night, all around my ears, but never inside your ear. You never actually want to put anything inside your ear. It's actually very dangerous for your eardrums. And so anyhow, other than that, if I didn't mention it, y'all can put oils there. Yes, I said that, and we're just going to leave it right there, because if not, we're going to drift into another class, which is actually a very fun class to teach. All right, so I think that's pretty much kind of all the basics that you want to know about essential oils. When you smell an essential oil in 4 seconds, it's in the limbic system of your brain. That's where your emotions and memories are stored. So it's this really great place in your mind that sometimes you just smell an oil and it just captivates you. And then sometimes you'll smell an oil and you're just like, I don't like that smell. But here's the best thing I can tell you. Some people will say, like, I smelled some essential oils and I got a headache. Give it a minute. Because sometimes, especially when you're using a high quality oil that has a great product. I have this funny story actually with this exact bottle right here called Surrender. So my girlfriend Stephanie was here at my house and I was having a bad day and I was venting and I was very, very upset with someone in my family. And I started venting with her and just on autopilot, I put this oil, I just sniffed an oil. I was like, oh, this smells good. And I stuck it in the diffuser, right? Turned the diffuser on, continued to vent and get really salty about this person. And as soon as I did that, right? And I got it all like, and I was like, I'm like, oh, that oil stinks. And I go to turn off the diffuser and all of a sudden I could hear myself teaching a class. And I was saying, now, sometimes, guys, you may not like the way a certain essential oil smells, but sometimes the reason why is because your body desperately needs it. Think about when a person is completely dehydrated and they're in a desert, okay? What's the one thing that their body needs when they're completely dehydrated? Water, right? But a lot of times when you give a completely dehydrated person water, they end up throwing it up. Why? Why would their body reject the very thing that they need, right? A lot of times the reason why is because it's just too much on their system and you have to ease them into it. And I just remember hearing myself teach that in that very moment with my girlfriend in my office. And I was just like, okay, all right. And I turned the diffuser back on. I embraced Surrender and I looked at the name of it and it was Surrender. And I needed to surrender my anger. I needed to surrender my frustration and my beef. And so that's exactly what I did. I just automatically, as I'm smelling the oil, I stopped getting a headache, I stopped getting everything, and I stopped getting mad. I stopped being frustrated, and I surrendered. And it went so well the rest of that night. My girlfriend likes to joke and say, yeah, she surrendered. She made me all kinds of hair bows and all kinds of goodies and stuff like that, and I kind of did. But I had a really good night because I embraced what that bottle of oil said on there. I embraced the purpose of that essential oil. And that is truly what I love about Young Living, is that they've designed all these oils not for a profit, not because it's a product that they can sell, but because it has a purpose, because it changes people's lives. Whether you're talking about serving you on an emotional level, because let's get real, guys, right now we need all the emotional support that we can get. We're going through some of the hardest times in our homes, in our lives, in our workplaces, right? And we need all the extra added help that we can. And when you have something that reminds you to just let go and surrender, it's going to happen, because you've got that extra, your mind is involved, your heart is involved in this. Every part of you is connected to that process, and you can't help but let go when you need to let go. And so it's just, there's so many powerful things that we can do when we take the time to go ahead and embrace what nature has to offer us, So oils are made from nature. They're made from the trees, they're made from the shrubs, they're made from the resin of a plant. Like frankincense is actually made from the resin of a tree. We have two different types of frankincense. One of them is grown in Somalia. The other one is grown in Oman. And so it's kind of neat. And because they're grown in two different climates, they actually have different constituents. So they actually serve slightly different purposes, which I think is such a cool fun fact for you. The Young Living Starter Kit actually contains 12 essential oils. Okay, they come in this really cool box, and this really neat box actually turns into a shelf like instantly. Check that out, right? So we have this little oily shelf here. Underneath the box, there are actually 2 more bonus oils that you actually get as well. And remember how I showed you that roller fitment earlier? You get 2 of those as well, which is quite a really nice treat, because whenever you want to take like the bottle of stress away, which smells like a margarita and a bottle, you can actually just pop off this top, super easy. And then you can take that little rollerball fitment that I was telling you about earlier, pop that on there. I just like to use the cap to tighten it on, and then bam, ta-da! Now I have a roll-on that I can apply this oil to my wrist and smell. Oh my God, this smells so good. To smell stress away. It's got like that limey, I don't know, I just feel like I'm on the beach. So anyway, really great way to use your essential oils two of the most powerful things that are in the bottom of this box that a lot of people don't know about is this Thieves spray and this hand sanitizer. I just showed you guys how you can actually take those masks that we have been having to wear recently, and you can spray them down with the Thieves spray, and you can take your hand sanitizer with you and use this wherever you need to. Now, I have tiny humans that actually can't handle regular hand sanitizer because it's so abrasive on their skin, and I never really understood why Young Living's hand sanitizer never bothered the kids. Like, I'm like, why does one work and one doesn't work? And I realized when I learned more about this, because I had a lot of people ask me, like, why would I spend all this money on Young Living's hand sanitizer when I can just buy it from the Dollar Tree, right? And when I read about it, the reason what makes a difference in it, but yet makes it still as equally effective, is the number one ingredient in any hand sanitizer has to be alcohol denatured, okay? Alcohol that's denatured is basically saying that they're taking away the alcoholic properties, like the, you know, the stuff that makes you woo, and they're taking those properties away from the alcohol, making it more of a serving, like it serves a purpose other than getting you drunk, right? So you're changing the nature of the alcohol while still maintaining the proof, that intensity that will kill bacteria and kill germs, okay? So denatured alcohol is the difference. Well, what makes Young Living's denatured alcohol different is that we denature our alcohol using peppermint essential oil, okay? So when you get your denatured alcohol from, you know, the store, it's actually just denatured using chemicals, which is why it burns your hands, it ruins your skin, it makes you absolutely miserable, right? But this stuff doesn't, because it's denatured with peppermint oil. It also has other good stuff in here like aloe and other lovely things like clove essential oil, lemon essential oil, rosemary essential oil, cinnamon. Okay, so there's a lot of really good stuff in here, and that's actually a lot of the ingredients that are in Thieves, which is why it's Thieves essential oil, Thieves hand sanitizer. So anyway, these two are just phenomenal to keep in your bag before you head out anywhere these days. Excuse me. And then again, we have a ton of essential oils in here. Rather than go through each one of these for you, I will tell you this. You have everything from being able to help you with any like sore kinks in your neck. I definitely have felt refreshed in my neck, and especially before and during workouts by using Panaway. Raven is essential this time of year. It helps with all things respiratory, okay? So this is really something I'm actually going to be using in a recipe coming up soon, so stay tuned. Frankincense, we already talked about, but it's just kind of that amazing oil that can do so many things, especially for the skin. I was actually just talking to my mom. We have a Boswellia wrinkle reducing cream that we sell, and it's made with frankincense. Boswellia is the scientific name for frankincense. And I started putting it on my eyes, and my mom says, "Kimberly, you looking pretty good for almost 40 years old." And I said, "Thanks, Mom." And she goes, "Yeah, Kimberly, I don't see any wrinkles in your eyes." And I said, "Actually, I started using that wrinkle cream I've been telling you to buy for the last year." And she's like, "What? Why you not tell me?" I'm like, "Mom, I told you like a year ago. This wrinkle cream is pretty amazing. Everybody talks about it." She's like, "Yeah, your eyes look younger." I said, "It's true. I've been putting it on right around here and right around here and a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit here, right?" And she was laughing at me, but I mean, it's really helped me tremendously. And I feel like my face does actually look younger. I wish I probably should have taken better before and after pictures, but I just didn't even think about it until she said something to me, and she's like, "Kimberly, you look pretty good for almost 40. So anyway, frankincense is a really, really good oil. Lavender, everybody loves their lavender. I really think it's cool. There's a lot of cool stories about our lavender. Valor is a blend. So a lot of times you talk about essential oils, you have a single oil like lavender, frankincense. Those are singles, okay? If you look at the names Valor and Raven and Panaway, those are blends of essential oils. So Young Living already thought ahead of the game and thought, you know, man, you're going to need something for your respiratory system. And so they pre-mix the oil together for you and make it an oil that's designed for your respiratory system. So that's what Raven's for. Valor is like courage. They actually got this recipe from Roman bathhouses, right? How cool was that? So before the Roman soldiers went into battle, they would actually infuse the steamed bathhouses full of this actual blend of smells called Valor, and it would be what gave them courage before they went to war. So I think that's really cool, and it definitely is something that's given me a lot of courage. Digest is all things digestive system, peace and calming for just relaxing and helping you feel better. We've got Stress Away, Citrus Fresh for all things stinky, lemon, peppermint, and the only missing oil in here is Thieves. And so all these different oils will support all the systems of your body. You've got everything from when a digestive issue comes up, when you've got something in your immune system that needs extra support, respiratory system, muscles, emotional support, so much more emotional support, and all things stinky, right? And so I really love that Young Living took the time to put together something for people who are just getting started, right? Because it's like, think of it this like this. When you go get a new apartment and brand new place, never lived on your own before, you're going to need the basics, okay? You're going to need plates, you're going to need pots and pans, you're going to need some oil to cook with, you're going to need salt and pepper to season your food with, you need silverware, cups, you know? And so all those types of things are important. And so you've got a diffuser. So this is one way you can use the oil. You've got roll-ons, another way you can use the oil, okay? So you've got these different ways that you can use the essential oil. Some of these oils, you can just put them into a glass of water, okay? So you've got your pots and pans that come with the starter kit, and then you've got all of your basics like salt, pepper, cumin, or whatever spices are your basics, but you've got all those things that you would normally need when you first get an apartment. So when you're getting started with oils, I love that Young Living's kind of thought about the broad spectrum, the whole body, on how they can support the whole body, from emotions to physical support as well. So anyhow, I would love to help any of you get started with Young Living. If you are watching this and you're a part of a team and somebody else suggested that you watch this video, get back in touch with that person and have them help you get your starter kit. This gets you 24% off of everything on Young Living's website, which is already a huge discount. You have a Young Living membership for life. No obligations from Young Living to do anything as far as sales or anything like that. If you want to make it a business opportunity, guess what? This starter kit for $165, which is all this stuff is actually $400 and some dollars, but it's only $165, which is really huge. I mean, just when you start with a diffuser alone that runs for 12 hours, that's kind of epic. All of this stuff actually even buys you your business. So if you are one of those people that are super savvy and you're into network marketing business and you want to start your own company, you're never going to find a business startup as inexpensive as $165. It's kind of mind-blowing, to be quite frank, you know? And it's just such a really cool company because it's not about pressure. There's no guidelines. There's no number of classes you have to teach, no number of products you have to sell. It's just, if you decide to share with people and sell, Young Living's going to send you a check to say thank you for doing this and being passionate about helping other people. So it's definitely been my favorite part of doing Young Living as a business because it allowed me the freedom to be able to push pause when I needed to and focus on my family. And then when I needed to jump right back into it, I was able to. The community's fantastic, and so many people have changed my life and just, you know, imparted so much truth and really helped me become a better person. And so I'm very grateful not only for the products and how much they've changed the health and wellness of my family, but I'm extremely grateful for the company and how much the friendship and relationships have gotten me through some of the hardest times in the last 5 years. These people have become my family. Some of my best friends are in Young Living now just because of how absolutely amazing this community is. So anyhow, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me and watching this. And again, please connect with the person who introduced you to this video so that they can help you get started on changing your life, okay? If you have nobody else and you just stumbled upon this video, go ahead and reach out to me. Click on the links below and we will take care of you. Thanks so much. Have a good night or day.